Peace and love, world. You're now rocking to the sounds and vibrations of your boy, Malik Kalam. I'm a man of many names, but right now I'm expressing the sounds and vibrations of your boy, Malik Kalam. Today, I'm getting a lot of requests just like, what's going on, man? Help me, help me, help me. So, I work off donations, man. You don't expect to work for free. Your time's very valuable. I expect my time valuable as well. So, if you want to contact me, you can contact me here, KeckensteinTrust@gmail.com. You can donate. All donations are accepted, man. I appreciate everybody that does donate for me. If you feel that is worth any value to you, please donate. I really like Cash App. We do have PayPal, but I really like Cash App. You can donate Cash App at Kalam the Don. That's KILAMDADON. Kalam the Don. Go to cash.me. You can download the Cash App. But we're gonna start with man, if you get in the jam, man, it's all about learning to trust, man. Learn the name of the game. I want you to know I'm not an attorney. I do this for information and educational purposes only. You can contact me. We do coaching calls. We do all that. But I can't tell you what to do. So if you fall flat on your face, that's on you. But if you learned yourself, man, just learn how to build that intuition, build that relationship with yourself, man, can't nothing stop you from doing whatever. As long as you build that relationship with your higher power, that inner being that's you, man. But we're going to start off with color of law, man. These are things you should know. Color of law, an appearance of legal power. Something that appears to be real, but it's not real. What I have for you is color of law refers to an appearance of legal power, to an act that may operate in violation of law. In other words, because something is done with the color of law does not mean that the actions are lawful. See, the constitutional is lawful, but it might not necessarily be legal, because legal is the codes and statutes. You understand? You overstand, or do you understand? Now, color of law refers to an act done under the appearance of legal authorization, when in fact, no such rights exist. It applies when a person is acting under real or apparent government authority. The term is used in the Federal Civil Rights Act, which gives citizens the right to sue government officials and their agents who use their authority to violate rights guaranteed by the federal law. And let me break this down, man. Before I go any further, let me restate this for the record. I am not an attorney at law. I do not carry a bar card. I do this for educational and informational purposes only. This is what I do, done, and would do. You understand? Now, if you look up 28 U.S. Code 3002, subsection 15A, United States means federal corporation. And why is this important? Because everything's acting under commerce. If you look up 72 CFR 2711, all crimes are commercial. Where's the marker? I need to write that down for you. It's 27 CFR 7211. I don't know where my marker is. Here it is. Let me write that down. 72 CFR 2711. All crimes are commercial. And that's why it's important. All crimes are commercial. And that's why it's important to understand your uniform commercial codes, UCC codes, because they're acting under commerce. Now, what is a person? What's the definition of person under Black's Law's dictionary? Person is defined in general use as a human being, though by statute term may include labor, organizations, partnerships, associations, corporations, legal representations, trustees, in bankruptcy or receivers. The reason why I bring this up, because if they call you a person in a courtroom, you're considered a corporation. That all capitalized name is a corporation. I'm going to get further into that because I got a lot to go over in a short period of time. I want you guys to look up Executive Order 6102. That's when Roosevelt took all the gold. Look up HJR 192, House Joint Resolution Act 192. All debt is prepaid. Everything that's lawful currency is gold and silver. We're bankrupt. The dollar is not backed by gold and silver, but post office stamps and money orders are. It's a whole different topic, though. And again, you can donate to me via Cash App, Kalam the Don. Now, I want to go over the word attorney with you. The word attorney is an important word to understand deeply because knowing what this word means on a spiritual or energetic level can empower you to avoid making the mistakes of following an agent of the crown to represent you to the court as a legal fiction, also known as a person in legalese. Attorney. Now, in law, a legal fiction is nothing more than an imaginary and fictional character with no natural rights. To understand the word attorney on a deep level, you need to use the art of words, okay? Words, spelling, spell captions, all in the same. All letters are a sacred geometry. And decipher and study its spiritual and hidden meanings. Most people know that the word attorney is used to describe someone who practices the law of the legal system. According to dictionary.com, the word attorney means a lawyer, attorney at law, or an attorney in fact, or an agent. Okay? To find the spiritual meaning of the word attorney, you need to use the law dictionary to study the legal definitions of attorney and the use of the art to dissect the word attorney. Now, the spiritual meaning of the word attorney, if you look up the Black Laws Dictionary, this is the 6th edition. I always go off the 5th edition, and I have a PDF of the 5th edition. Just contact me. I can make sure. Man, I got PDFs for days. I got knowledge for days. Just holler at me, contact me, man. In the most general sense, this term denotes an agent or substitute, or one who is appointed and authorized to act in the place or stead of another. An agent or one acting on behalf of another. It can mean attorney at law, lawyer, counselor at law. And if you look at when you study the legal systems deep enough, you will eventually come across the term color of law. Today, attorneys do not practice genuine law, but instead practice the appearance of law, also known as the color of law. This type of law is based on trickery, such as assumptions and presumptions. He appears to be white. He appears to be this. It appears to be this on or about this day. But was it? Or is it? You got to speak in the here and now jurisdiction. And the here and now jurisdiction is a whole different language. It's built for your subconscious because when you go in these courtrooms, they use something called stand down, which is a whole different language. And it goes off the language that you think is English, but it's really Babel. Because English start off, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not, and look what we're speaking today. They're teaching this stuff in schools today. What are we speaking? We're not speaking thou shalt not, sorry. So we're speaking Babel. In order to get to a true language is meditation, because the true language is nothing, it's silence. Shh. That's how you channel all information. Because the sun don't speak to tell the earth to grow. You understand? There's just a language that's bigger than words. Everything's energy. That's a whole different topic. If you need spiritual guidance, you can holler at me because I am an ordained minister. I'm not an attorney. I'm an ordained minister. Now, the color of law is tricky to think that you are under the jurisdiction of general law. So when they say, or a genuine law, so when they say, do you understand your charges? That means you stand under their jurisdiction as soon as you say yes and consent. Because of this, the attorneys of today are attorneys at law instead of attorneys in law. To be something is to be near it and not actually inside it. To find other hidden meanings of the word attorney, you need to split it into these words, attorn, and investigate the word attorn. Attorn is to acknowledge the relation of a tenant to a new landlord or to turn over to another or transfer. In feudal law, the word attorn means to transfer homage or allegiance to another lord. A dictionary of law, 1889, defines the word attorn using these exact words. To turn over, to transfer service to a new lord, to recognize as a landlord, the transferee of a leaseholder. So with that being said, you're just being a ward of a court as soon as you choose to go with an attorney. So the first thing I would do is resend all my signatures and put a power of attorney in fact on file. All right? You put the straw man as a surety and yourself as the principal. The all capitalized name is a straw man that we're talking about. It's not you. State my name for the record. I'll tell them. You know how to spell that? Like serious biz. Then fail the performance bond, which is a reinsurance bond for the bid bond. On the reinsurance bond, you'll put yourself down as the guarantor or the reassurer. And the performance bond, you have to pay to file it. You can underwrite the bid bond with the performance bond. If you're in district court, says a child support, type in the case number and it will tell you how much your bond is. Use the QSIP number and the 9-digit number on the back of your social security numbers in red or blue numbers. Now, I'm not saying to actually do this, go do this. These are things that I've done or have did or seen others or guided others to this truth and beliefs. Don't let the judges put you in jail. You can always just charge debt yourself. The judge makes so much money for you going in jail and then it gets sold on the stock market. They want to keep you in the system because it makes them money. Now what they're doing in these courts is always about the bonds. Appearance bonds, performance bonds, Miller bonds, hazard bonds. When you go in the courtroom after you're arrested, they use two different sets of bonds. When you're arrested, they file a bid bond. The United States District Court uses standard forms 273, 274, and 275. Let me write that down for you. This is what they use in the courts. Look these up. Standard forms. 273, 274, and 275. And this is what they're using in the district courts. All right? Now, there's another set of bonds. They're all put out by the General Service Administration, or the GSA. I'm just talking on the top of my head because this is a lot of stuff I've already been through and have memorized. And this is just what I have in my notes for y'all. Now, the payment bond is a standard form 25A and put out by the GSA. Again, the payment bond is a standard form 25A. This is the payment bond, standard form 25A. Now, if you don't accept the charges or presentments, you're in dishonor. You don't want no negative avertments. So look up UCC code 3505, UCC code 3501, and UCC code 3410, all right? And again, I said look up 27 CFR 7211. All crimes are commercial, so that's why you want to learn these uniform commercial codes. And you can look up Uniform Commercial Code 3-501 and 3-511, 3-410. These are just explains the Bill of Exchange Acts that we're acting under. Now, before we get started with anything, if you're ever presented with a contract or offer from a peace officer or public servant, you make sure you get these notices of detainments to them. And we got these for you as well. Anytime you deal with the courts or send anything to the courts or a corporation, this is how you get a live person on record. Certified mail receipts, all right, with everything. Always keep a copy of the bond on deck, which is your birth certificate. Always keep a copy of that. You want to corporize that all capitalized name, that straw man name. You want to make sure you get it in the state, any state that you're operating under commerce in. And we already know that every state is going to uphold and recognize the IRS, so you want to make sure you get that EIN number. Quit acting under that Social Security number, man. The Social Security number is not good for you. You want to get a UCC one done in the state that you're born in and any state that you're operating in commerce in. Make sure you get that file number. As soon as you get that file number and it's stamped by the Secretary of State, it's lawful. It's lawful and legal. In it, you want to have your security agreements between you and that straw man name. No one can go against it. And this is also what's known as a common law lien. All right, common law lien. You have your like I said, you have your security agreements in it, identity bond. You an indemnity bond. You got your Schedule A with all your property, and then a common law copyright notice. You want to make sure that they know you operate, and if they use this name without your permission, they're held liable to pay. It's stamped by the state. They can't go against it. Any corporation that exists does so through the Secretary of State. Now, anytime a public officer or public official wants to come towards you and offer you a contract and they violate your rights, constitutional rights, any rights, we send a commercial lien against them, an affidavit of obligations. We explain everything that's in there. We get it notarized, but we always send them a notice of intent first. We get it notarized, and that's facts. That's facts. Anytime somebody wants to make an offer or claim against you, or any securities you've filled out, checks, anything, you want to fill out this 1099 OID on every case. And if you want to get their EIN number first, you send them a W-9. Let them know. When they don't respond, you get it yourself or just fill it out without it. Before you fill out any of them, 1099As or 1099 OIDs, you always got to fill out a cover letter and 1096 with the Form 56. And these are just things I've learned and done. And this is what gets you out of commerce. This is what gets you out of debt. This is what gets you up under the system. Become a secure party creditor. Become a sovereign. Become one with your creator. And it just starts with knowing who you are and loving yourself, man. I thank you for your time and appreciation. If you watch this video, again, you can donate via Cash App, Kalam the Don. You can also email me. Email keckensteintrust@gmail.com. That's CECKENSTEIN trust TRUST@gmail.com. And if you need that one-on-one coaching, we can help you out. Come up with something, man. Thank you. Peace and love.